Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel, but if you're new here, welcome. I am allowing Lisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or just entertainment through ASMR. I want to do a Kokology test. I think I'm going to flip through them. I was trying to look for one that was a little more in-depth, aka that wasn't multiple choice, but I don't know if I really... Oh, is this one that I just opened to? Maybe. Okay, maybe this is a good one. Okay, thought I was going to browse, but I think I just found one really quick. I don't think this is multiple choice, so that should be interesting because it's so hard to find tests that aren't multiple choice in here. They're very multiple choice, which I do like. So depending on how long this is, we'll see if we do one test or two, depending. Let's see. Okay. So as you know, Kokology is the game of self-discovery. It's a psychological game designed to reveal your hidden attitudes about sex, family, love, work, and more. I essentially ask you a question and you should answer instinctually, and based on your answers, that will reveal something about you and me because I do the test too. And I love when you share your answers in the comments below, so let's go. This test is called the Wheel of Fortune. Casinos make it their business to have something for everyone. If you can't stand blackjack, you might just love the slot machines. If the slots do nothing for you, you can take in a floor show. If the show is no good, you can always enjoy a cocktail on the house and just soak in the colorful atmosphere. The room is alive with flashing lights, jangling bells, and the palpable smell of money. And sometimes it seems difficult to form a rational thought with all the distractions the senses are offered. And as well, casinos don't have clocks or windows, so you completely lose track of time too. I know because my family actually really enjoys a casino, so I've been to quite a few. I don't because I hate to lose money. It's fun on occasion, but it's just not really a good habit. But anyway. Finally, you succumb to the lure of the roulette wheel and the prospect of doubling your fortune in a single spin. You bet everything you have on red. The wheel spins, the ball skitters down. You close your eyes and hold your breath, thinking, red, 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 come up red. The croupier cries, 31 black, and you turn and walk away without looking back. What's your reaction on losing everything to this unkind twist of fate? So essentially, you bet everything you had on red to double your money, and it was black. You turned around and walked away. What was your reaction? So just quickly imagine that if you can, just really instinctually, how did you imagine feeling in that moment? And this is short, so we'll do another one. I thought it would be longer, but this is the only question, so. And with that, here we go. The key to the Wheel of Fortune. Is that what this was called? The Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, okay. Las Vegas is famous for two things, gambling and marriage. Both hold forth the promise of a lifetime of happiness to those who are fortunate in their decisions. But there's another side to that glinting coin, a side we don't like to think about much, and it promises only bitter disappointment and shattered dreams. The way that you feel about losing all your money is the way you would feel about a marriage that ended in divorce. I didn't see that coming. And then they give you some examples. So they say, if you thought, how can I be so stupid? I'm never going to do that again. How many times have we heard this before? Should we say goodbye or see you next time? If you said, I guess it just wasn't my lucky day, don't let it get you down. Even the best hit a slump from time to time. If you said, well, I must have used up all my bad luck in one shot. Next time I'm sure to hit the jackpot. the spirit. Keep it up, and they're going to name a street after you in Atlantic City. Okay, so what did you say? And do you think this would apply to you if you had a marriage that ended in divorce? I just remember feeling really sad and kind of like a little like regretful, but like not so down on myself, just like, oh, shouldn't have done that. A really bad feeling, but like it's okay, like better luck next time kind of thing. So I mean, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so that one was short. Now let's do a multiple choice one, just for fun, since we're only doing the one test there. Okay, I'll just do the test right before this. And this is called Trauma Central. These have sort of like a negative feeling to them. I don't know why, but okay. This says, the emergency ward of a busy hospital is a chaos of wailing babies, patients moaning or struggling to describe their symptoms, and a disorderly procession of doctors, nurses, and paramedics, all trying to do their job and stay out of each other's way. It's not an ideal environment for anyone involved, but in life or death situations, people do whatever it takes to ensure survival. Perhaps the best that can be said for emergency rooms is that they are never boring, and TV producers have learned to bank in on the voyeuristic thrill afforded by watching how average people respond in a health crisis. Now, here's where the test begins. Imagine yourself in the waiting room of the emergency center at a large hospital. As you wait, you begin to look at the faces of the people around you and recognize several acquaintances of yours among the patients. Match a person in your life with each of the following trauma cases. Okay, so there's 3. So you're going to match a person in your life to each of these 3. Now I'll read you all 3 at first, and then I'll read them again, and you'll try to match the face, okay? So 1, head swathed in gauze. 2, face heavily bandaged. 3, leg in a cast. Okay, we'll do that again. 1, head swathed in gauze. 2, face heavily bandaged. And 3, leg in a cast. I imagine different people than usual, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so here's the key to Trauma Central. I'm actually very interested. The symptoms you associated with various people in your life show what you perceive as weaknesses in those people's characters. Okay, head swathed in gauze. For some reason, I imagine my older sister. Okay, the head is a symbol of leadership and the ability to take command of a situation. The person you named as having a head injury is someone you feel you cannot trust or follow. Interesting. I don't know if that's totally true. Okay. 2, face heavily bandaged. For some reason I imagine my mom. The face represents the personality itself, and a person you imagined as a facially disfigured is someone whose personality you have difficulty accepting, or someone you just can't get along with. Okay, wow. The funny thing is, I kind of had, not a discussion, but I kind of was like a little annoyed with my mom, even my sister a little bit in like our family text group. My mom texted something and it just really annoyed me, and I kind of told her off about it. And then like her and my older sister are like queens of like gaslighting, so rather than acknowledging your feelings, they'll change the topic. And then I even called them out on that they're like, I'm like, you guys are changing the topic, like queens of gaslighting, whatever. So that kind of annoyed me. Wow, so I have difficulty accepting or someone I can't get along with. Sometimes now being a mom, I don't know, I'll talk about that later because I don't want to like slow this down for you all, but now being a mom, my relationship with my mom, I both appreciate her and some things bother me. It's interesting. 3, leg in a cast. Legs represent stability and forward movement. Oh, and I pictured my dad for this. Okay. no, sorry, not my dad. I picture my husband just because he's clumsy and he trips often. Legs represent stability and forward movement. The person you saw with a leg in a cast is someone you see as slowing you down or holding you back, either through sluggishness or simple clumsiness. He's just clumsy. So sometimes I'm like, and the funny thing is lately I'm a little bit nervous. Like for example, like sometimes if I'm up through the night and he takes Violet downstairs and gives me like an extra hour of sleep, sometimes in that hour I'm paranoid because I'm like, what if he leaves the baby gate open? What if he makes her fall? What if this? What if that? And just now, like when I had to keep her downstairs and come upstairs to film, I allowed myself like I think an hour and a half or 2 hours. And like I heard her like crying, saying "Mama," because I'm always with her. So these are all kind of true, to be honest. And typically I always imagine, like, I do imagine my husband a lot in these, but I also imagine my little sister, and she wasn't in these, and I don't think these would have applied to her. It's just interesting. They're not all completely accurate because I wouldn't say certain things about those people, but it's there. So this one was actually pretty good. It said, did you feel some of these diagnoses? How do I pronounce that word? Diagnosis is? Did you feel some of these diagnoses of yours were a bit severe, or maybe just uncomfortable to have the truth out in the open? But as all doctors know, the only way patients have a chance of getting better is by recognizing that they are sick. Man, this was interesting. Trauma Central, wow. Yeah, it's true. And then just like a little touch about motherhood. I'm so like, I do not trust anyone with my daughter. I'm a little bit overly paranoid. So like, I've only had my mom babysit like a handful of times. And by a handful, I really mean less than a handful. Maybe like 3 times. And I don't want my in-laws at all to babysit Violet. I just do not trust them whatsoever with her. So my mom will come through and like, I'll give her that because if I ever really needed a babysitter, like she will come through. But sometimes I just get annoyed because I see like some moms out there have like such a support group of people. And I'm really lucky because my husband is fantastic. He's so wonderful. And my sisters are great too, both of them, especially my younger sister, because she will support me and help me. Like for example, we call it the Luna exchange program, where I'll spend a week or 2 with Luna and then I give her to her and she'll spend a week or 2 with Luna, and that really gives me a lot of relief. Maybe I'll talk about that more in like another video. So she really helps me a lot too, but I just feel like some moms have such a village helping them. Like they'll have like, I don't even have like a family's house to go to. Like for example, some people will have like, you can go to your family's house for like Sunday dinner or something and your mom cooks for you. Like I haven't had that in like years. And so like the kind of mom that I want to be to Violet, and especially like when she grows up and God willing has a family of her own one day, should she choose to do that, like I will be there for her in all the ways that I feel like I didn't really feel that support, because my family is there to support me in like certain ways, of course, but then in certain ways like I just really feel like I miss like the whole, I guess the feeling of like being babied myself, you know? So I just feel like if I could have had like even a mom who will like come over like once a month and like bring me a meal that she made so I don't have to cook, like that would be so nice. I just feel like I don't really have that. And like the biggest support, other than my husband of course, is my younger sister, because I will go over sometimes there and she'll cook for me and it's just great. But yeah, it's just interesting. So this test kind of brought up a little bit of traumas in that sense, but I mean, family relationships are so complicated. Do you have an interesting family dynamic, and did this test bring it out a bit? This was really reflective for me. So yeah, and the whole I like to call them my outlaws. That's another story altogether that I don't think I could ever touch upon, but that's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, anyway, thank you for being here. This was very therapeutic for me as well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.